Welcome, friends, to the 2022 Champions Cup presented by Bushnell. We're here at the IDGC, or International Disc Golf Center, in Appling, Georgia. We're playing the W.R. Jackson course, and we're here in round 2 on the back 9. I'm here with...
This is Jennifer Allen.
And I'm Leah Sinagini. Thanks for having us, and we look forward to seeing what these ladies can do here on the FPO Chase Card.
We have Sarah Hokom, sponsored by MVP. She is currently 2 down.
Next up, we have Alexis out of Texas, and she's sponsored by Discraft.
Maria Oliva by Team Innova, sitting at 1 down.
And last up, we have Chloe Alice out of Pensacola, Florida, giving us some peace signs.
Okay, starting off the back 9, hole 10, par 4, 606 feet. We want to get up around this first corner, so you can either lay up here at these trees or try to get it to go off to the right just a little bit, but keeping it in the middle so you can get this second shot off. Straight downhill, the basket is protected all the way.
Whew, it can be a doozy. First up is Maria on the tee. She is flipping up something and it's fading really
I would have
well.
to guess this is like a halo leopard, maybe. Just a guess.
And it ended in a good spot.
I do know that Alexis throws a passion.
And throws it well.
And as long as you don't get stuck right behind one of those, that's where you want to be.
Chloe's got a scorch in her hands.
That's about right there with Maria. That's one of them.
Yeah, they're both kind of around there. So let's see if Sarah can find that landing zone too.
Sarah turns over an Insanity.
I love her Insanity shots. That was great. She's more on the right side of the fairway.
It's a nice clean shot. We just want to slide it up there as far down the hill as we can get. She's just in circle 2. I think sometimes on this hole, staying down a little lower it helps keep it cleaner.
Yeah, Chloe got a little high on that one.
That has a great turn to it. Gets her inside circle 1.
And they're all kind of over there towards the edge of circle 1 and circle 2.
They're honestly playing this hole pretty clean. This is, I mean, if you get off the fairway, I know, at all, it can be very difficult to save par.
Oh, yes. Alexis, not really messing around with it. She wants her par.
Maria gives it a good bid. And those are nice, safe bids.
Yeah.
You know, they're giving it a look, but they're staying close to tap it in.
And as long as you're hitting the basket.
Most of the time. I've seen some rollaways on this course.
Oh, yeah.
But
I've seen a koozie hit roll away this tournament. We've got a gallery in the house.
Yeah, and that's a good clean start to the back nine.
Yeah, a par on 10, just like all the other holes. That one feels good.
Absolutely.
This one played as the 6th most difficult hole, so 4 pars. We're making money there.
Being a PDGA member gives you access to not just play the sport, but to engage and compete with your local community. An active PDGA membership gives you access to over 6,500 sanctioned events around the world. From local leagues and tournaments, all the way up through the majors, everyone has the opportunity to play. These are an amazing way to get engaged with your local disc community. Get started on your disc golf journey today. Visit pdga.com/join.
This brings us to hole 11. This one's quite the doozy. It's a par 3, 420 feet. It's a left to right shot, so most people are going to be throwing a right hand full turnover, trying to get some fade at the end. It's a tough shot. Most people are just trying to get their 3 and move on. But let's see if we can get a birdie here.
Maria turns that over nicely as long as she can get, yeah, she stayed there in the middle. I think on this one for me, I want to go straight as far as possible. I think sometimes we get a little caught up that the basket's on the right, and it forces players to sometimes turn it over a little too aggressively. Alexis does a good job of shaping it right along the fairway.
Yeah, definitely pulling it over too right, and you're going to be scrambling over there.
That's a good kick out. That right side is pretty difficult to get out of.
Sarah also has a nice tee shot. Finishes on the right side.
I believe that's her bacon insanity. She said a fan, I believe, dyed that for her and sent it to her. It's one of her
Where's
favorites.
her bacon bag?
Yes. Maria has a great approach. It wasn't exactly what she wanted, but that's going to be just fine. It's nice to see the trees help us out as well, just as much as they sometimes we feel like don't like us out there.
Yeah.
Such a quick, clean forehand by Alexis to put her right underneath it.
Love it. It's a good putt for par. So this hole played as the 3rd most difficult hole, and unfortunately we did not see any birdies on this one for this round. But getting your 3 and moving on, just like we said, is a good thing. Let's see what they can do as we move on to hole 12.
Hole 12, this is a par 5, 861 feet. You have to break this hole up. This little stump in the middle is a good landing zone, and then you have to make the decision to go right or left. Right side makes the hole just a little bit longer, but is a little more open. Taking the left side, which the drone did not go down, is a very tight straight shot, but takes off just a little bit of the distance.
Maria throwing a baby flex line, and that puts her right in
Great
the center
spot.
cut.
Yeah.
Alexis a little further back, but she is also in the fairway.
Yeah, there's a pretty good area right there. If you can just get near it, you usually have at least a look at one side or the other. But missing the fairway off that first shot really makes it difficult to save par. Chloe puts a lot of power behind this. Those trees are not going to let her through, but they keep her pretty close to the edge. That's going to be okay.
Sarah trying to flip something up and keep it straight, but that one's leaking a little left. She might have a pinched shot. I mean, a little right. Yeah, her shot will be pinched. We'll see if she can get out.
Alexis is going to choose the straight left side of the fairway. As long as you can get kind of close to that edge and not get too deep off line there, you can still keep pinching your way up.
Oh, Sarah's looking right at it. I wonder if that's the way she's going. And she's choosing the more open fairway.
I think she tricked out the camera guy there. Maria has the power shot to go along this right side. She throws it just a little early release there, but it's going to kick her to the left side. And Chloe was lined up perfectly for the left side. It's just how far can you make that disc fly straight?
And that was a nice tree kick there to keep her in the center.
And she might kick to the right side now. Maria's just going to look at every angle on this hole. They're getting some nice kicks, trying to keep them in the middle. This is a very difficult hole. And it's hard once you just get offline just a little bit. So those kicks keeping you in the middle sure do help. I don't think people realize how many trees are out here.
Sarah's trying again with her backhand, and that one looks a lot cleaner. Unfortunately, it finds a tree, so now she's in the rough in the middle.
The course is trying to keep them in the middle, and these girls are just wanting to see what the rough feels like. They're inching their way up here.
Maria's trying to scramble towards, she's right at the edge on the right side, so hopefully she's lining up a roller.
I don't know about you, but a lot of these holes I feel like tested every shot I had, you know?
Oh yeah.
I haven't tried a roller yet, but I don't typically, but I think I've thrown about everything else I have.
I've thrown a lot of standstills, and like Sarah, I've also had to throw from low.
That's going to give her a look to try to save this. At this point, we're just trying to stop bleeding.
Yeah. And that can happen here. You know, you get one or two bad holes, and all of those birdies you earned are gone.
And anything past that ditch is usually good.
Everyone's testing their scramble game. That was a good one. She's got about a 20-footer.
Looks like the wind is picking up a little bit. I have to say the trees really protected most of the holes, but that looked a little breezy.
I do remember it being a little breezy towards the end of the round. I think there was some wind.
setting us up for some good storms for tomorrow.
Spoiler alert, we got rain.
And Chloe saves par with a nice strong putt, and that's amazing. I mean, I feel like she was all over the place.
Yeah, that was a lot of scrambling. Unfortunately, that puts Maria at a double bogey.
Alexis had a little cleaner of a par. I think 5 on this is great. Like a 4 is just really difficult to get, I feel like.
Yeah, the distance with taking the right side is a little tough. We had a good number of birdies on this hole. 7 birdies out of 40. But as you can see, it's very easy to be scrambling left and right. Left and right. This is hole 13. It's a par 3 coming in just under 400 feet. It's a long shot, especially for right-hand, backhand. You're trying to just flip something up straight and give yourself a longer putt for birdie. If you're kicking to the right, there's trouble. You're pinched. If you kick to the left, there's trouble. So really just landing in the fairway on this hole, just like a lot of them.
Yeah, I think a lot of these holes, you can't overthink it on where the basket is. We want to go as straight as possible for as long as possible and stay in the middle. Alexis fades off there on the left side, and it just really depends on where it lands. It's a fairly open, yet wooded spot over there. The trees are a little thinner, so sometimes you can punch out.
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely better to be left than right on this hole.
Maria's got the angle and looks like the height. If she can get a skip, that's going to give her a pretty good look.
Sarah's flipping something up.
That's her bacon. That's going to give her a good spot to approach the basket as well. So here's all those little trees I was talking about. So it's open, but there's so many tiny little trees that sometimes you can make it out clean, and sometimes it just, I think maybe even forces you to think you're going to hit them, and you probably wouldn't.
Yeah. Maria pitches up. She's not messing with this one.
Funny, just this little bit of an edge hills up there, just a little rolling edge and some tree roots. Definitely kind of make you not really want to run this hole. There's also a lot of traffic behind, and so sometimes it's hard to focus and you just want to pitch it up.
Alexis gets her bogey with that putt. Everyone else is tapping out.
Sarah's putts look good all week.
Yes.
I think she's been putting in the work.
So this is the third most difficult hole, and we did not see any birdies on this one either. It requires a very good drive and putt if you're going to get it.
Yeah, birdies on this course are kind of bonus.
Yeah. Certainly feels like it.
I think think that's how John Houck designs all his courses. You have to play them correctly. This is hole 14, par 5, 579 feet. Again, a great placement hole. We're gonna get punch out straight and kind of want to be on this left side so you can get the turnover around the sharp edge back to the right side. This one kind of gives you that open feel to the fairway, but you definitely have to chop it up. So Chloe's got the power. She's going to punch it up straight, and then it's hopefully going to get a good skip onto that left side, and that'll give her a good approach to try to get birdie. Maria's got the power for it as well, but unfortunately she's going to probably catch on that right side. Oh, she punches through.
Nice. Got sneaky there, but she will be pinched on her second shot.
This is a hard hole, I think, for Sarah to get where she would really love to be, but fortunately for her, the second shot does set up for her game.
Yes, it's a good forehand second shot. Alexis keeping it more inside, which is good for the left side finish.
Sarah's probably going to want to throw this nice and high to get it to kind of float into that right placed basket. Oh, she goes a little lower, punches hard. And that's going to get up there.
Yeah, that looks like circle 2 maybe. That's good.
Alexis goes straight at it. And there's a little road there. And if you can get across that road, you're going to put yourself circle 2 for a look.
Maria tests out her forehand. It looks like it got in there.
And so this is where that right side really makes you work harder on the second shot.
Yeah, you can see she's kind of pinched there. But she put it out high enough.
Yeah, that's going to be a look.
Even on a lot of these greens, you could still be putting around trees. So some of these good looks might be putting around these little skinny trees here.
Actually, had to putt from the knee on this hole.
I don't doubt it.
That was a good bid. We just wanted to sit down. She don't want to have to work that hard.
It's those sneaky greens.
Mm-hmm. They do. They're sneakier than you ever expect them to be. I guess because there's no grass.
Yeah,
a lot of these, you know, there's no grass, so kind of sneaks the roll in.
Here's Chloe from an E.
That was a great bid for her birdie.
Yes.
It's a good putt to save it. She wanted a little more than that, I think.
And this one had 4 birdies. We had one by our own here, Jen Allen, Kat Allen, Jess Weiss, and Melody Castruita.
I actually got a great upshot into this one to where I kind of had a tap in, so.
That's great to hear. A tap in birdie on this course.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often. I feel like all my rounds so far, it's either been one hole that I did great on, or the next day it just will bite you. This is kind of a pit bull of a course. You got to watch it.
It has teeth. So we had 1 bogey and 3 pars on that hole. It's pretty good. Hole 15. This is a par 4, 543 feet. We've got an interesting tee shot here because it doesn't matter too much if you stay here where this drone is flying or if you leak left. So most players are going to be throwing a flex backhand or a straight backhand, trying to push down this hill. And then if you get down this hill, you have an easier second shot, but speed control is very important since it's downhill. Chloe gets the turn and a little of the fade.
It's going to be Sarah's relay, and she gets pretty good placement for her second shot. That looks like a good line. We want to hold that turn and then let it stable up there. Puts her right in the great spot for the second one. Maria might have put a little bit too much turn on it, and that's going to get her on the right side. And it just depends if it hits anything, or it might even sneak back. It just, there's so many trees that you hate to risk hugging it too tight.
Yeah, she looks like she's on the edge there, so that's good.
Sarah cranks over on that one hard, and it's going to ride most of the way down.
She'll have a long bid, but that's a scary one.
She put a lot of power on that. That's going to go pretty far back there. That's going to be a hard look at the basket. There's a tree that kind of comes into play. The only tree I think that has low branches. Most of these are tall, skinny trees. That one does kind of hang and guard the backside.
I was putting under the leaves on that.
Yeah, you don't see too many of them.
Yeah, so Chloe's probably going to be
pretty guarded
tree.
Mm-hmm. Alexis is punching this down. We want it to slide down the hill. And
that was a good shot.
That was a great shot. She's inside circle one.
Long bid here. She's giving it a run.
Oh, that branch just caught up.
I think she felt good about that one until the branch hit.
Mm-hmm. Long one from Sarah.
Oh.
So close on all those, but her putt allows that to stay close, and that's what you want to see.
She's got to keep it low.
Yeah,
oh,
there's those branches I was talking about. Yeah, that you almost have to go a hyzer putt around that. That one, I've been back there. Those leaves definitely protect if you go long.
And
great
Alexis.
putt.
She's got the birdie 3.
Yeah, if you can stay in the middle, this is a doable hole. But if you get off at any place, you definitely, like all the other holes, have to scramble just to save par.
Mm-hmm. And you can see how important these birdies are. We haven't seen one in a minute. This course makes you decide. If you want to be aggressive, you take risk. If you want to play nice and easy and stay in the fairway, you're going to score. Mm-hmm. This is the winding down part of the course. Like we're feeling it by this point. We just want to finish. Yeah. And these last couple are very difficult. So 3 pars and a birdie from Alexis. Hole 16 is a par 3, one of our shorter holes on the course, 297 feet, but we do actually have some of the only OB. There's not a lot of OB on this course, but this one is a creek along the right side that you have to kind of take into consideration because you can either get a kick down there or accidentally over putt it and slide down the hill into the OB creek.
Alexis goes with a stalker here. Finds the creek, and that's okay. That's a dry creek, and there is no OB in that one.
Chloe is going forehand through the right gap, but that's a good kick. Especially with a forehand, you definitely want it to kick left. Otherwise, for sure, that's going in the creek if it kicks right. Sarah with the forehand as well.
She throws that relay so well. Like every time I feel like that's the disc I want to say for her.
Maria with the turnover line, and she gets good turn on it. Now, just got to finish straight.
Yeah, she had really good angle. Oh,
that was such a good tee
yeah,
shot.
her angle was great. I did not think that was going to move too much, but because it was flat, it had too much ground skid. That's a good approach. Just tap in. Pars are good. Even if it's a short hole, this being aggressive for a birdie on this hole can definitely get you into too much trouble.
For sure. I've seen rollaways on this green especially. It's slanted. Maria putting for her par with the OB stroke.
Save it. Yes.
Ooh. That's a good putt.
Isn't it funny how those par save putts are a little bit more aggressive than our birdie putts? That was a great save. Yeah, being a shorter hole, I think mindset, you feel like you have to birdie this, but you don't.
Yeah.
Par is good.
Yep. So we make it out with 4 pars with the great par save by Maria.
I want to say thank you to Ace Run Pro for always being out there and giving us this great coverage. Make sure you like, share, get out there and support them with their Patreon account so they can keep giving you this great coverage.
This is hole 17. It's a par 4, 525 feet. We have an uphill shot here with the valley. So you really want to land right around here. And then you got to throw up and over the hill to a downhill finish. So this green, especially, you're going to have some uphill, downhill putts to try to get that birdie. And if you get off the fairway, whew, you're going to be scrambling on this one for sure.
Yeah, I think the distance up the hill is pretty difficult to throw it that hard, that high, and stay in the middle. This is a tough tee shot. If you get a kick, you're just praying for a good one here. Alexis slides it back. That's going to be okay.
Here's Chloe. It's that flippy scorch that she's got. A little too flippy. Stays on the right side.
I think the right side is a little bit harder to get out of and up to save par. There's a few holes on the left side if you get a kick over there, which Sarah is going. So it just kind of depends where it lands. So many trees on this hole. I was saying yesterday, I feel like this really could be a par 5 for the women, because if you get a 3, to me, that feels like an eagle. Hole 18, I feel like could be a par 4. So I feel like this is a more difficult hole for us. It's just the elevation off the tee with how wooded it is really makes this difficult. Sarah's going to have to do work, which that forehand does. And hopefully she's got a straight shot now towards the basket.
Chloe doing some scramble work. Ooh, and she makes it out. That's a good shot. Alexis trying to throw a roller up there. She should have a clean shot on her next one.
So anywhere right there towards the middle. There's a few trees that you have to get through. Oh, she catches one early. She was looking way down the fairway. If you can get right over that ridge in the middle, it literally is a straight shot. That's going to be the line she wanted.
Wow.
Great recovery.
Beautiful.
I think that was a harder spot too.
Yeah. Sarah slips a little.
Yeah, and I feel like this downslope really sucks you to, there's a creek down there on the right, and I feel like it really kind of pulls the disc over towards that right side.
Alexis with a good shot. Same for Chloe. I believe this is Sarah's putt for par.
That's just such a great distance for her. I've seen her make so many of those this week. Let's give it a run back.
Again with the nose up height the whole way.
That one feels good.
Yes.
Just want to finish here. Maria takes no time, slams that in there.
That's a good par save.
Oh,
uncharacteristic.
Very.
And hole 17 played as the second most difficult hole. We saw 3 birdie threes from Kona, Panis, Evelina Saladin, and Aria Castruita.
I'm so glad you're doing all those names. Woo!
So we had 3 pars and 1 unfortunate, uncharacteristic bogey to bring us into hole 18, the final hole here for your chase card.
Walking up to this tee, you feel like the marathon is over. Hole 18, par 5, 590 feet. You want to get really just kind of to the top of this hill. It's about 240, 260 to about that tree, leaving us 300 feet down. And you want to, if you're on the right side, that's going to leave the second shot a little easier to get to. There's one big tree there that's protecting it on the left, and everything kind of just settles down by the basket.
There is a chance for eagle here.
She gets aggressive with it, and that's going to maybe bounce back out. Wow. Whoa. That went through a lot of trees.
And it almost reaches the cameraman.
That's a vanish for Sarah that she turns over very well.
That one's pushing right. Let's see if we
That
can
might
get
be
back
a
out.
little too close. You want to be on the right side, but you want to be up toward the top of that hill. Alexis is following her. She may scoot over a little more. That's going to be a little bit better line for the second shot. Distance off the tee I don't think is as important as the placement is.
Yes, the angle for this shot. You can see you're trying to get into this, but you need to be able to flip it up so you stay away from the right side of the fairway.
And I think with the par 5 allows for a little bit of error, but you stay in the middle, and this is a very easy birdie, which feels good to finish.
Yes.
That's a good kick. I love how Sarah, she always puts so much into it.
Yes. Unfortunately, that kicks right.
She fully commits to everything.
This is Let's try to get that eagle. Oh my gosh, she put some juice on it. That looks like it's edge of circle 1.
What a great out. And that's going to slide her up there to still save birdie, right?
Yeah. That's a birdie putt.
Nice little soft approach, just sliding it right by that tree.
Long eagle bid for her tap-in birdie.
I feel like this hole kind of allows you to exhale after such a struggle through the course to just maintain in the middle. You stay in the middle on this one, you get your reward. There is a huge birdie save.
Yeah, that's the third one we've seen this round.
I'm telling you, her putting has looked so good this week.
This is for eagle. See if Chloe can cash it in. Looks like it's also from circle 2.
Yeah, she knew that was a little too right out of her hand. Not a lot of harm done there, though. She's still going to get her birdie.
Taking your time, as one should. We need to earn every birdie here.
Yeah, you cannot let your guard down on this course at all.
And we'll be finishing with a star birdie.
Wow, what a great finish.
After that circle 2 putt and 2 eagle bids.
Sarah's got history at this course. I can just tell, like, she just wants it. There's just something in her eyes that... Thank you all for joining us. We are done with round 2.
That was a lot of fun. I love seeing the grind from these women. We had a strong finish. And here's our leaderboard for our round 2 results. It's a 5 under round from Kristen Tatar for the hot round. And then we see Valerie and Paige with 2 4-unders. And hopefully we'll see movement again in round 3, especially with the inclement weather. There was rain for a lot of the round.
Yeah, storms are moving through, so anything can happen. Check us out tomorrow for round 3.
Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe at Ace Run Pro. You can also follow us. I'm at Leah Sinagini on Instagram.
And I'm Jennifer15354.
That's a low number.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.